Hello and welcome back to part 10 of this OSE solo Hexcrawl. Um, so last session we created some new characters, third level characters, and some first level retainers for them. So they're drawn out of the retainer card collection. They made their way from Brine Keep all the way around outside here, down past the lake, into the forest, and they encountered a set of ruins in the forest. I've got a chart on this map here. And just found this dungeon here, and they were just about to head down the dungeon, which is where we stopped. So I realised after the end of the last session that I didn't roll for any kind of getting lost, but I figured that you followed the road all up here, you pretty much followed the river all the way down to here. You could have technically said you could have made a getting lost check here, but I mean the forest was right ahead of them, so I mean they couldn't really have lost the sight of it very much. So they veered off of that. They saw this a couple of hexes away, and that's where they headed to. So they pretty much had a point of reference all the way through. Um, so as normal, we have got a starting dungeon size here. I've gone for the same one we did originally. I think for one of the first dungeons. It's a simple 5-door entryway, and just gives a very kind of basic layout. The other ones are quite big, so I want to try and start with something small. So yeah, so we can now basically go into our random dungeon generation and see what we find in this dungeon. See if there's any more of the acolytes of the serpent god, or maybe something else is going on this one. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have our turntable, we have our first edition DMG, which has got the random generation. I say at one point I think I'm going to try and use the fifth edition one, although the fifth edition one doesn't get quite as detailed as this for corridor width and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how we go. Um, yeah. So let's have a look. We have got. Oh, right, okay, try and get everything in camera now. Let's go with this here, that, there. Okay, we've got 5 doors we go in. So the first round we go to 5 doors. Slowest movement rate for the characters is 30, which is right. So with 3 squares per round, um, we're going to decide which door we're going to look into. Obviously, it's going to take them a run around across the thing. So we could do roll d10, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that'll give us our, pick up a d10, it might actually help. A 10. We're going to go for this one. Okay, so they're going to make their way across here. First round, we are going to have walked across. We have a potential encounter here. We've got a light spell at the moment, so we are going to probably utilise that now on the end of a torch or something, and then kind of use a sack to kind of cover it over in case we need to go into darkness. But we will have our magic user cast light, and that gives us light. Let's have a look. Yeah, gives us light for 12 turns. So we have to try and let's have a look what we get. This is 6, so here we're going to run out of here. So it's not very long actually. Maybe they'll keep with the torches. Torches seem yeah, but let's keep with torches and we use light as the backup in case they run out, in case they get stuck somewhere. So let's do that. That'd be fine. We use the torches and the lanterns. The lanterns have got plenty of time with them anyway, so that is fine. Okie dokie. So first round we do the thing. Second round we're going to check for traps like we always do. Although technically speaking, we don't know there's a trap on here unless they roll a trap on here. But we'll worry about that later. And then we're going to open that door. So we are rolling a 1d20 for a 2. We have continued straight onwards for 60 feet. So no door, no trap. Continue straight onwards for 60. That's 30, 40, 50, 60. And we have a potential encounter here. We have no encounter. So they open the door up, no encounter. So that is 2 more rounds to walk down there to the end of the corridor. End of the corridor, we roll for an encounter. We do not have an encounter. We now just roll on d20 to see what is going on with that. We have a 3 again. We have a door at the end of this here. Go to table 2, d20. With 12, we have a door to the right. So here is our door. Okie dokie. So, space beyond the door, 1d20. A 3. Parallel passage, or 10 foot by 10 foot room if door is straight ahead. Nope, okay, so parallel passage. It is running parallel. Um, Always check width of passage on table 3A. Side passage 3A. Which is what I keep forgetting to do. 19. Special passage. See table 3B below. 40-foot wide with columns down the centre. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4. And columns down the centre. So we're going to have something like that. Well, that looks more like a room than a passage at this current point in time. Columns down the centre. Okay, not a double roll of columns. Columns down the centre. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's our passageway, and then we have got decide where it goes now. Next round is halfway across that, and halfway across that again. We're going to roll an encounter, nothing, and then we're going to roll a 20, 18, dead end. Walls left and right and ahead can be checked for secret doors. Okay, so we're going to say this goes on for, it's going to be dead end this end, and we'll put a dead end this end as well. And we will say secret door. 1 in 6. Nope. 1 in 6. Nope. 1 in 6. Nope. 1 in 6. Nope. Okay. No secret doors. Right. So that passage is more of a room. I don't quite know how we justify that. That's okay. That's I suppose it's shown, but yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay. So we're back out again. So we've done that searching. We search for another couple of rounds. We had a random encounter again. It's a 2. Nope. We head back out. We head back out down the corridor. Random encounter again. Nope. And by the time we've got 2 there, we are back in this room here. We move again. We check for random encounter. There is a 1. Okay, so somewhere as we are just approaching this door, there is going to be a random encounter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say it's going to come through one of these other doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, so as our heroes make their way to this door here, this door maybe opens. I suppose it depends on what we've actually got as a random encounter, because if they haven't got hands, it's very difficult to actually open doors. Let's see what we've got here. Level 1 dungeon encounter. 1d20. It's a 20. Right, it's a wolf. Okay. Right, so what we'll say is, on the other side of this door, there is a scratching noise. And something is moving around behind this door. Now, our heroes are either going to go, okay, we need to open that door and smash it, or we need to leave it where it is and decide to move away. So we will have a d6. 1 to 3, they're going to open the door and attack it. 4 to 6, they are going to move, just basically move away. They're going to move away. Okay, so we'll put a little wolf. We'll put a W there for wolf. Theoretically, got in here somewhere, so we have to see if how they got into here. All these doors are shut. Our heroes open up this door here for a d20. A 19. A trick or trap. Okay. Check again in 30 feet. So we go 30 feet. But as we open that door, there is a trick or a trap. And we are on table 7. It's table 5. Table 7. Trick or trap. 4. A secret door, and this unlocated non-elves account for it. Okay, well, don't worry about that. Unlocated secret doors go to die 6 or 7 below. Okay, so we've got secret doors. Our elf detects on 2 inch. So nope. 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 Okay, I think that's pretty much everybody's going to be approved. Right. Let's say there's a secret door. Secret door there hasn't been detected. They don't find it. The elf doesn't notices he's going past, or she's going past, sorry, and they continue onwards. But there is a secret door there. 5. Door. Okay. Door. 1d20. We'll have an encounter this round as well. So 1d20. What is beyond the door? We have the door is. Oh, door is to the left. Sorry, my mistake. Door is to the left. Let's get rid of that other door. Door's gone. Okay, and then beyond the door is a table 3. Space beyond the door is 1d20. 18. A room. Table 5. 16. Rectangular room, 40 by 60. Okay, because we've got a secret door there, I think we're going to have it. So this is going to be a corner. This is going to be 40. This is going to be our 60. Like that. Okay. Unusual size, no. Number of exits, yes. Number of exits is 12. Okay. Okay, over 1,200 feet is 1 exit. Exit is going to be 8 on the left-hand wall. Interesting. Let's put it up. Let's put it up here further. Okay, that's that. And then we've still got potential secret doorway, maybe a room or something beyond it, or a corridor. And then we have our 1d20 again for contents. A 20 is treasure. Okay, and because we rolled a 1 on our encounter, we're going to have monster in here as well. So, we rolled a treasure up first of all, D100. 49. We've got 1,000 silver pieces per level, so 3,000 silver pieces is going to be in this room. Okay, it is going to be 5 in small coffers. Okay, now it says treasure is guarded by. We've not got a treasure monster. Monster money, monster treasure, trick trap. No, that's fine. Treasure is hidden by in. The monster. Okay, no, 2 zones. Go to table 6 on resolve 1 at 8 or 9 at 10, 9 at 20, 9 at 20, 3. That's a 1 at 8. Oh, table be 1. Okay. Guided by 18. Spears released from walls when container is opened. Okay, we have traps. Right, so we'll worry about that in a second because first of all, before anything else, we're going to random encounter yet again. D20. It's a 5. It's some gnomes. Okay, we have 6 gnomes that are in this room. Okay, so last time we had some interaction with the gnomes, they were friendly. So we're going to say these are the same group of gnomes, or at least the same clan of gnomes from wherever they live in this area. And they are going to be somewhat friendly. We have a dwarf at the front of the group. So there we have a little discussion. And the dwarves are going to kind of discuss with the gnome, what's about here? Gnomes are going to say, don't know, not seeing much. There's treasure down here possibly. They came from a different direction. They came from that direction, but they don't know exactly what's going on. So they see the coffers. They are Oh, hello, treasure, they think to themselves. Do the gnomes decide that the treasure is worth causing a ruckus and attacking our heroes? Probably not, because there's 9 of them and there's only 6 of our heroes. So our highest charisma roll is what we got here. We have, just saying that, I don't think our dwarf is the most charismatic of people. Oh, 15, actually better than I thought. So our dwarf is actually going to do pretty well. So 2d6, 4, 6, 10, 11. Indifferent, uninterested. Okay, so they will, yeah, they're kind of like a, yeah, okay, fine. They see the treasures, they think, yeah, we're not going to do anything about that. There's 9 of these guys. We're just going to kind of just move along. So they are going to move past into this corridor, and they decide, yep, we've had enough of this. They're out. They're gone. They disappear outside, having after having a look around the area. Okay, so now we've got a situation where we have a trap and some treasure. Okay, so our thieves have got 5 member of treasure traps, and obviously we have a 1 in 6 chance anyway. So 30% for our first thief, and 27%, I want to say, for our second thief. Okay, got one of the card. Oh, we only got 1 thief. I think we had 2 thieves. Okay, not to worry. One round looking for traps. 30% chance of finding a treasure trap. 23. Okay, they discover the trap. And it's like, okay, be careful. As soon as you start messing around with this stuff, there's going to be some jutty spears that are going to shoot out there and not going to be very happy. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. 20% chance to find move traps. Is that right? Or have I wrote down the wrong? Oh, it's 20%. Okay, so we have not discovered a trap. Okay, so the thief goes, yes, fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so out of all of our group, we got 6 NPC, 6 characters. So we will roll a 1d6 and see who on the martial order, see who picks up trap first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have got another thief. Aaron and Beldir. Like Beldir's a cleric. Well, it goes down as a thief. That's crazy. Okay, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our cleric. Our cleric, who's actually, funny enough, yeah, he's not the smartest of people, but he's not the stupidest. So he starts having a look, sets the trap off. There is a chance he's going to get hit. So we're going to say he's going to make a saving throw versus death, which is 11. If he fails that, he is going to take 1d8 damage from a spear. It's a failure. Spear juts out of the wall, stabs him. 7 damage. That kills him. Kills him flat out. He's got 6 hit points. So our cleric does that, bends over, spear comes out, spears him straight through the head. Eye socket, Indiana Jones style. He thumps to the ground, with hanging on the spear. Everybody goes, oh my god, panic, panic, panic. Looks around. Was that the only trap? Possibly. So let's say again 1d6. We're going to say there is a 1 to 3. There's going to be more traps. 4 to 6. There's going to be, that's the only trap. It's a 4. So 1 trap. The guy just got unlucky, and basically once it's set off once, it spears him. He's gone. Okay, so bit of a panic sets in. They start looking around. They wait around as they kind of gather up the treasure and realise that Beldir is No more. We have a random encounter. It's a 5. There is no random encounter. So they will wrap Beldir's corpse up, push it over to this door, which takes another round or so. Let's say it takes 2 rounds to do it, and we'll have another random encounter as well. No random encounter. By the time that happens, he's just kind of laying there. They go back to the door, they look around. Next round, we go through the door. 1d20. It's a 2. It continues straight on for 60 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1d20. 8. We have a side passage, but we also have a random encounter. Side passage, check again in 30 feet. So we have a side passage, which is going to go one way or another, and then we've got 30 feet. And again, I keep forgetting to think of the width of these things. I always just think they could be 10 feet wide, so maybe I have to look that one up. Okay, so side passage, 1d20. 16 is a 4-way intersection. Okay. And we are going to have passage width again, 20, 13, 20 feet wide. Okay, so we'll say for the sake of the 2 off left and right are 20 feet. This one is 30 feet. We check for a random encounter. A 2, nope. And we are going to continue onwards for another round, which gets us to the end of the corridor. We roll d20. A 16. We get a chamber 30 feet after leaving this chamber. Okay, so chambers, technically speaking, are, exits, doors. Yeah, they don't have doors. Rooms have doors, chambers do not, I believe is the way it works. So 14, we have a rectangular chamber, 30 feet by 50 feet. We will go this way around again, so 30 feet by 50. Okay, somewhere we have an exit off here as well. So, okay, so over 1200, roll 1d20, it's a 4, over 600. We have 3 exits. 16 on the right hand wall. We'll put it in the middle. That's going to be there like that. 20 on the same wall. Right, that's going to be interesting, but we'll put it in there. And 6 is the opposite wall. Okay, so our heroes move our way into this chamber. We have a chamber of room contents. D6, 7, it is empty. Okay, so it's going to take 2 more rounds to cross this chamber. We're going to roll for random encounter in round 1. We have nothing. Second round, we move to the opposite direction. We're going to go down this corridor here. So 12. We have a passage turns. Check again in 30 feet. Okay, so passage table turns is table 6. No, sorry, table 4. Turns. 19, right 45 degrees ahead. There goes 30 feet. Now, as mentioned in the very first time we don't do the dungeons, the GMG here basically says you use the confines of the paper to decide how big this dungeon is going to be. So we will probably have to fudge this a little bit to get it to fit onto the paper, but that's okay. Not a problem. 16, a chamber again. 2, 20 foot by 20 foot chamber. So we just probably get a chamber in there. So what we're going to say is we have a chamber here, right on the edge of the map. This is going to be D4 is 2 exits. On the same wall, so say that's going to be there as we're coming in from the diagonal, and 8 There's going to be a left wall, which is going to be here. Okay, and then we've got to roll d20 for contents again. 14. We have a monster only, determined by random encounter table. And somehow I've managed to lose my random encounter table. There we go. We are back. We have it now. We have a 19. We have a trader. Interesting. That seems odd. But okay. 4. We have 4 traders. Okay, so maybe, again, for the sake of rolling these randomly and trying to make some kind of sense out of these things, because obviously that's what you're trying to do as you're DMing, you're trying to make sense of these random rolls. There's only 4 traders. That's not too many. It's not as though it's like an entire retinue of people. First level fighters, they have any alignment, so we'll do 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6 for lawful, neutral, and evil. They are lawful. They're down here. They were accompanying the gnomes. They come down here. The gnomes have wandered off and left them, and they're basically standing in this little chamber, just completely bewildered what's going on with it. They don't know what's happening with it. We have an 8 on the encounter table, plus another +1, so that's 9, which I think is going to be, yeah, indifferent and uninterested. So they will kind of look bewildered for a second. Our heroes will kind of offer some kind of instruction of where they come from, and our traders will kind of shrug and wander off behind them and kind of just disappear into that large chamber we first came across. But no encounter there. So for those people. But the next round we have another potential encounter. So roll a 2. Nope, so no encounter. Lantern wheel goes out for the first lantern. We've got some replacement oil, that's fine. We'll pop that back in. So I think each of the people with lanterns has 2 lots of oil, so that's fine. 1 to 2, we're going to go through the door at the top, or the archway at the top. 3 to 4, we're going to go through the archway at the bottom. We're going to go through the archway at the bottom. 1d20, a 1. Continue straight on for 60 feet. So we'll go down the side here. Why not? With it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another 2 rounds. We've got another random encounter. No. Okay. Check again. A 10. Side passage. Check again in 30 feet. So side passage is 15. Passage Ys. Okay, we cannot really fit a Y passage in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to fudge it. We've got the confines of the paper to determine how far we can come out. So we're going to say we've not got a Y, so we're going to put a kind of a kind of a Y. It's a different Y. So 1 to 2, they continue downwards. 3 to 4, they take the new side passage. They continue downwards. 30 feet is another round. We've got a 2. It continues onwards again for another 60 feet. So we've got that one. And then we've got that one. And then, so halfway down the passageway, we're going to do we get an encounter. Okay, so for the first 30 feet, we do not get an encounter. For the second 30 feet, we do get an encounter. But we've got an additional 30 feet of space to go for it. So somewhere around here, we're going to get an encounter. Okay, let's see if this one makes a little more sense. We've got a 20. We've got wolves. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense. Wolves are on the loose in this area here. They've managed to get into this environment. We have 6 wolves. We have a 10-foot corridor to make our way down. They are going to be coming down this passageway fairly quickly. Our heroes cannot surprise the wolves because they are carrying torches, but our wolves cannot possibly surprise our heroes. So once they surprise our heroes, they do not surprise our heroes. So we have a dungeon. We have 2d6 times 10 feet. We are 90 feet away at the point of encounter, and they are moving away from. Moving towards our heroes. Okay, so let's grab the map, and we will set that encounter up. Okay, so this is the setup. We've got a 10-foot corridor. We'll speed this a little bit up. Hopefully, rather than rolling initiative individually, we'll roll at the same time. Our heroes are going to be yellow dice. Our bad guys are going to be the red dice. We have a 4 and a 3. So our wolves are further up this here. They're 90 feet away. They cannot do anything at the moment apart from basically run up the corridor yapping. And that may also change if they get completely annihilated by arrows. But they have got pretty decent hit points, so we'll see. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got a short bow, a dagger, a short bow, and another short bow. So we've got 3 short bows. Basically, we're going to use those. They've got 70 feet range for close and 140 for medium, I believe. Let me just double check. Short bow. Oh, 50, 100. Okay, so 100 right, and 150. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Right, so that means we are right. So we're -1 to hit. Okay. So our 3 missile weapons are going to go first. So Nia has got 18th echo, which means we need a 19th echo because you're -1 to hit, minus the AC of 7, which means we need a 12 or higher. It's a 4. It's a miss. Our thief has a 16. Yep. Okay, I'm going to double check this. I think one of them had a longbow. Yep. So Alpha's got the longbow. Okay, so our thief is next. So we need got a 19 Thaco, so that goes back up to 20. Minus 7 is 13. Miss. And our elf an 18 Thaco, but this time is medium range, so that's 18. Minus 7, which means we need 11 or higher. We have a 20. We have a hit. Okay, so we are going to hit. We're going to hit number 1 for the sake of it. 1d6 damage, 3 damage to number 1. That means you take half damage already. So you're down to 6. And all they can do this round is move their 40 feet. So they move 40 feet down. So we're now 60 feet away. 40 feet. Double check. Move 60 feet. So you're 30 feet away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. So that's it. That's the first round. They run down the corridor, yapping away. Arrow goes into 1. Done. Heroes go next. So bows come out again. They are now going to do some bow attacks again. Oops. Move me board around a bit. This time though, we're actually going to get some clashing with the elves and the dwarves and stuff. Okay, so this time we are within short range. So 11 or higher, miss. 12 or higher, hit. For 1d6, 4. We're at the same one. And then our elf is a hit. 2. That finishes off number 1. Number 1 collapses under the weight of the arrows as they kind of splat into it as they kind of moving forward. These things have got a morale of 6, 8 in a large pack. I'd say 6 isn't a particularly large pack. I'd say it's average. So 6 or higher, they're going to turn and run away. They're going to turn and run away. They got a 9. They got a 8. Sorry. So that's what they do. They come running down here. They yap. One of them drops on the ground. There's a kind of a clatter as he rolls on the ground with a splat. These wolves are not having any of it. They're off. They turn around, they run away. So this round they're going to move back to where they were last time, so 90 feet. So next round, 1 each. So they're going to move first of all, because movement rate comes first. So they move another 60 feet, so they're now 150 feet away, which means the only person that can hit them, I believe, with any kind of confidence is going to be our longbowman. Let's have a look. Longbow's 210, short bow, 150 at -1. So, okay, everyone can have an attack again. So a 20, that's a hit. 1d6 for number 2 is going to take 6 damage. Puts him on 1 hit point. 1d20 gets number 2 is a 13. That would be a hit, I believe. I think you need a 12 or higher. You do indeed. So that is 1d6. That's a 5. Number 2 drops on the ground. Clatter, clatter, clatter. And then that is a hit as well. 1d6 against number 3. It's going to be 3 damage. Number 3 is injured, but it's still active. And then they are going to just basically keep running. Heroes go next. So 150. 4 is a miss. 14 is a hit. Gets number 3. 6 damage. Number 3 goes down. And 2 is a miss. So that is it. Okay, so number 3's gone down. So we've only got 3 off, but now they disappear another 60 feet down the corridor. They're off. They're in here somewhere. They may be a room down here. There may be a passageway down here. We'll have to see what actually happens in that respect. But that gives us 3 kills. They are worth 25 apiece, I believe. It does. So we have 75 experience points. Okay, and with that, our heroes are going to go and gather up their arrows from the fallen carcasses as they make their way down the passageway. But we're going to have to roll to see what is down this next passageway. So let's roll 1d20 now, see what's going on. That is continuing almost for 60 feet. And then roll again. But that gives us, basically, we're not going to be in a room here. So down this passageway, 150 feet, our heroes gather up the arrows. And somewhere around here, the wolves are lurking, the 3 wolves. Okay, so let's go back to our original dungeon creation. Okay, so we are right on the edge of this bit of paper. We have got another room to determine, or another passageway or whatever to determine next. We have a passage turns. Okay, so check under 30 feet. Right, so it really can only go to the left. We're going to roll on here to see where it goes to. Turns 1d20. So 12. 12 is right 90 degrees. We're going to ignore that. We're going to say it's going to go left 90 degrees because we can only go left. But we're going to go 30 feet onwards again. We'll check again. Somewhere up ahead of us, we can still hear the yapping of the wolves. They are causing problems. We have moved another 2 rounds up the passageway. Actually, no. On that corner, we're going to say, directly here, we have another encounter. Now, we're going to say, on a 1 to 3, it's going to be the same 3 wolves. On a 4 to 6, it's going to be something different. It's something different. Alerted by the screams of the wolves, or the yapping of the wolves as they come galloping up the passageway. Now, is this going to make any sense? Let's see if we can make some sense out of this. So we have a 6. We have goblins. Okay, this kind of makes some kind of sense. So maybe those wolves are patrol wolves that the goblins are using to basically utilize and clean out this area. They've obviously heard the yapping of them as they've been hit. They've seen them kind of bound around this passageway with a considerable worry on their face, and they decide to go, well, we're going to check this out. We need to go and see what's going on here. So we have 2d4 goblins. 4. 6 goblins. Okay, that's not terrible. I thought we might end up with a ton of goblins. Yeah, 20% of the group encountered the wolf riders. 1/4 of the group of... Okay, 20%. 20% of goblin groups encountered have... Oh, 20%. Okay. I thought it's 20% of all goblin groups. Right, so on a 20 or below. No. Right, we have no wolf riders in here, but they're obviously using that as well. Goblin King and bodycards, Fruitless King, bodycards in the Goblin Lair. Nope, we don't have to worry about that. Only have treasure type C when encountered in the wilderness area. And in the wilderness there. Okay. Oh, right, yeah. Only have okay, that makes sense. Right, okay, so we've got some goblins. So let's set up the goblins. Okay, so this is our corner. Our goblin's going to be 2d6 times 10 feet away. They are 90 feet. We will say we're going to count this as all the way down this corridor, so it's going to be that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Right, they're quite a way down this corridor before we do anything else. So on a again, our heroes can't surprise our goblins because they have a light source. But our goblins may surprise our heroes. So on a 1-on-1d6, they are going to surprise our heroes. They do not surprise our heroes. So they both hear each other kind of clattering up this passageway. Our heroes are going to be yellow again. We roll a 4. They beat our bad guys. So we are going to move, first of all, before we do anything else. All of our missile guys are going to move to the front of this corridor here. And that's our fighter as well. Actually, our fighter is going to go there because that makes more sense to stand in front of the thief rather than not in front of the thief. So they are currently 90 feet away at this point in time. We are going to roll some missiles and then we're going to move as well. Let's have a... Okay, so 90 feet away. We are within medium range of short bows, medium range long bows, so no minuses to hit. Okay, so our start at the top, we've got our elf. We have a AC of these goblins is going to be 6, so we need a 12 or higher. We have a miss. Our thief has an THACO of 19 with this, so we're going to need a is it hit, whatever it is. Okay, so that's 1d6. We're going to hit goblin number 1 for d6, 5. Goblin number 1 goes. Our elf, 18, so we need a 12 or higher. We got a 5, that is a miss. First death, though, is enough to test our morale of our goblins. Okay, and goblin morale is... Oh, it is a 7. 7 or higher, they're going to run away. They stick to it. They do their thing. Okay, so that's their round. So they move down the corridor from 90 feet away. They move down their furthest movement they can do this round, which I believe is 20. So they're now 70 feet away. Next round. Heroes go first. They come... Arrows come flying. No. Yes, that's a hit. No, that's a miss. Thief hit. Thief hit for 1d6. 1 hit point damage. Goblin number 2, though, has only 1 hit point. Goblin number 2 goes down. We are not yet reached that 50% threshold to make another thing. Check for morale. Goblins move down again. They're now 50 feet away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're still well down the corridor. Next round. Oh, unless our goblins have got any spears and arrow bows. 1 times by bow. We're going to say no. Well, goblins outrun our heroes this time. We are now 30 feet away as they run down. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're right on the edge of this map. 3 and 4 have moved in. We're probably a little bit out by 5 feet or so because obviously the ones at the front were killed. But that's... we ain't going to worry about that too much. 5 and 6. They come clambering down the corridor. Our bowmen realign their shots. Is a hit with 20. It's a hit with 13. It's a hit with 13. Goblin number 3, first of all, for 1d6, takes 3 damage. He has 5. He's 2 left. He's still standing. Second shot hits him for 5. He's down. And then Goblin number 4 takes 1 hit point damage. He's down. Right, we've now got 5 and 6 left. Dead bodies there. 5 and 6 now have to make a morale check because they have made that 50% threshold for dying. They succeed. They are determined to cause problems for our heroes. This time they actually managed to get a little bit further along the line. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. They're not quite there, though. Our heroes are going to just stay where they are. Actually, magic users are going to move up a bit. A half is going to move up a bit, just in case there's any kind of combat. They're going to let rip some arrows again. 15 to hit. 9's miss. 6 is... oh, actually, short range. Didn't miss, but it doesn't matter. So, hit against that one. Number 5 drops on the ground. Gone. Out. Next round. Oh, it's a tie. Okay, so it's a tie. So everyone's going to move at the same time. So movement rate comes first. So we're going to say our dwarf's had enough. Our dwarf now steps in front of this guy and blocks his path just as he's about to do his thing. Our elf stays where he is. Our thief moves over a touch so we can get a bit of angle. And our fighter is going to switch weapons for her, or yeah, her sword. And we have attacks. So missile attacks first of all. That is correct, isn't it? I always get my turn order wrong with weapons, and I don't know why. Movement missiles. Yes, that's what I thought. So missiles first of all. So we're going to have two. We're going to have an elf and our thief attack with the missiles. It's 11. It's a miss. It's a 3. It's a miss. Both of those clatter off the wall. Melee attacks. We're going to have our dwarf go first. 18. That's a splat. 1d6 plus. Sorry, 1d8 plus 1. 7 damage. But our goblin has a chance to strike back. Our goblin has a THAC0 of 19, AC of 3. We need a 16 or higher. We get a 4. Goblin strikes back with his kind of little makeshift shivvy, swordy thing. Dwarf manages to block it, smashes down with a battle axe. Goblin is out. We are out of encounters. Okay, that actually went quite well. So goblins are worth, what are they worth each? 5? Yeah, 5 each. So that is 30 XP to go into my oh, did I put my experience points of my wolves? Which was 25. I killed 3. Kill 3. 75. Okay. So yeah, our heroes are triumphant now. Where are we time-wise? We're looking at quite a probably getting to a finishing spot, I would say. So we are currently standing at exactly this corner here. Somewhere lurking down this. Oh, okay, can't see it on the map. That might be actually helpful if you actually see it on the map. We're on this corner here. Somewhere lurking down here, amongst past the dead bodies of goblins, are 3 other wolves. They're down here somewhere. So we're gonna make a note on this. That there are 3 wolves down here, somewhere milling around in a room or some such. Next time we roll an encounter, we're going to basically do exactly the same. 1 to 3 is going to be the wolves. 4 to 6 is going to be something new. We've come a massive circle around the outside of this all the way to kind of get to where we are here. Unfortunately, all we've got out of it is a couple of thousand silver pieces, but we have lost 1 guy to a trap. So all in all, chances are we've actually done quite well. And ironically enough, we actually haven't hit anybody on the hero side. So the extra hit points for being 3rd level has made absolutely no difference whatsoever because no one's been hit apart from obviously our poor chap with the spear. But, I mean that did 6, so I mean that's enough to kill him anyway. No, sorry, 7. So at the minute, I still think we're pretty balanced. We're 3rd level heroes. We've still got the same kind of. We've still got the THAC0 the same. We're still knocking out the same amount of damage. We're just a little bit tougher in case we get hit. And at the moment, that actually hasn't made us survive any longer. We haven't kind of, been on 1 hit point for all the characters. So with this group of characters seems to be a little bit luckier than the last lot. So anyway, I think we'll wrap up there for today. And we shall return back to this dungeon for the next one and see if we can discover something of a little bit more substantial treasure-wise. Hopefully a passageway down into a lower level so we can actually start encountering some bigger monsters and hopefully a better kind of treasure rating. Okay, I've actually just thought about that. Treasure, yeah. 1,000 silver pieces per level. That's not player level. That is 1,000 silver pieces level of the actual dungeon itself. So that's not 3,000 silver pieces. That is 1,000 silver pieces. That makes more sense. That means the further you venture downwards into this dungeon, the more treasure you're going to find. So you get to level 9, you're 9,000 silver pieces. Worth going down there. So we got 1,000 silver pieces out of it, which again, not great, but better than nothing. Better than a few copper. So there you go. Anyway, that's all for now. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.